I mean, I could basically just tell you to do it. You'll do it. You don't need me infiltrating the lodge or to, you know, understand.
Frankly, all these questions are making me a little suspicious of you. Maybe you're one of those pink-blooded Americans. Can you give me any reason why I shouldn't shoot you right now? Right, huh? Your average commie bastard is always only too ready to hide behind the Constitution. Real Americans waive their rights for the common good.
I don't know if you had a choice here.
Would you?
Hell no!
Spoken like a true pinko.
Oh no!
Raleigh! Raleigh, not again! Why did they put the detonator on the bottom of his torso?
I don't understand! Where are they going?
Baja Resnick, I understand that entirely. And welcome to Radical Ninja. And everyone really wants you to say penis here. Did you actually think you were saying the right thing there?
I don't know! What do you, this man wants?
Who goes?
Oh, that.
So,
Who are you?
Colonel
That's right,
Buster.
Genasol. He's
These are
constant in his
nuclear-
vigil, always keeping himself propped up. And
Safe.
if anything ever goes to hell, he
That's
just
right.
relaxes
I
and
got-
the world ends.
Those that's why.
You say before.
That's right.
Dude, we haven't seen this yet.
I'll never forget looking back over my shoulder.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I know, you keep skipping, doing lower torso.
I did.
Intestines.
Oh, okay.
Still a few weeks later, with only my compass and a pair of nylons, I made it back to safety. Now the Krauts are our friends and the commie bastards are our enemies. But even so, there's at least one crowd out there that I'll never invite over to Sunday dinner.
Type penis, do it. Do it, Brawley.
I don't follow.
Commie bastard!
Frankly, all these questions are making me a little...
Oh shit!
Can you give...
Americans have rights.
I appreciate your honesty, comrade.
Americans have rights, and then you waive your rights. That might have gotten you out of it. Why would... Oh my god. Oh my god. Also, I think we briefly hit the one button there in the panic.
Oh.
Are you determined to get out of here?
That.
I will
So you're
conversate
the,
my way
who
out
are-
of this guy
Colonel
eventually.
God,
Well, I.
He really is doing that.
Then.
that's when I got those panic.
What's
that's
going on
why-
with the aliens? What's going on with the aliens?
Aside from your commie bastard, your alien from another planet is the greatest threat to our democratic way of life. Did you know that 90% of sightings occur within the area of military installations? Hell, I shoot at them whenever I see their ships fly over. But my bullets ping harmlessly off of their hulls. I suspect those things operate out of the lodge, but just try to convince anyone in Harvest of that. I tell you, son, a nuclear holocaust would be
I think so,
preferable
Red
to a
Man. I
takeover
think
by
so.
big-headed aliens from Pluto. Lucky for us, I'll be making that call when the time comes. Son, when you've had your body shot in half, you know a thing or two about fear. You learn that when something actually happens, it's never as bad as you imagine it would be. Oh, sure, I can't write my name in the snow.
Is how that went.
And the rest makes me wonder.
Okay, now give him a reason.
You've got your orders to follow.
You're right, soldier. I'm sorry. Sometimes the intense pain clouds my mind. Kookaburras start whispering to me about the pretty mangoes and the high trees, and I know they can see me. They see all of us. Can't you hear them? Chattering with the llamas behind our backs? They want our cornflakes, but they won't
take the milk! They won't take the milk!
I don't want to.
Yes, it is, Bizarro. Yes, it is.
Have you lost your mind? You think you can toy with me just because I have no lower torso, you damn kid, you?
Oh God, no.
Or maybe you're one of those
Oh, God.
commie bastards.
Let's say lower torso, not commie bastard.
You say before you came to Harvard.
That's right. I was behind enemy lines. The night was dark. The rain wet. Plastique I was supposed to rig the bridge with, precariously sandwiched between my knees as I crawled in the muddy mud. I didn't see the Jerry taking aim at me with his machine gun until half of me was flying through the air. With a quick spray of bullets in a straight line, he'd shot my body clean in two. My lower body landed at that Jerry's feet. I can still hear him, laughing as I started crawling in the general direction of England, calling behind me in broken English, "Mein Freund, where is your legs? Looky, what have we here? Some legs? Hey, did anyone lose some legs?" I'll never forget looking back over my shoulder.
And we totally read that part already. Type in llamas. I think there's 2 L's at the start.
Have you lost your mind? You think you can toy with... Remember, duck and cover.
Oh God, we made it out of the conversation alive! Oh, beautiful job, Raleigh. And welcome, Morgman. I don't know if you really want to be here.
The meat plant.
Is that like a pulsing mound of meat over there?
We're saving.
Baja, it's kind of rough. Horrible stench coming from within the building. What's that pulsing sack in the lower left there?
They're...
Oh no, not the exit, not the exit!
No, these are all cats.
Oh!
They're cats.
Oh, okay. Can't punch that cat. Oops. Well, we still have a newspaper. That's a good thing.
Let's go into the meat plant. This can't be bad at all.
Not in the least.
This be good. Oh. Why do they let cats in here?
Is that a dead cat on the table?
Oh, that's a dead cat on the table.
This used to be a kitty cat.
Are you a pulsing sack person or a dog person? I'm looking for my daughter.
How's your father? Is he better?
About the same, I guess.
He's been away from work for weeks. And when I call
Morgman,
your
no,
house,
actually,
your mother
we
won't
lost
let
our
me talk to
memory,
him.
and
I haven't
we
seen
and a
him
girl
either.
were supposed to get
This
married
is a
to.
fine kettle of fish, I
Only
must say.
ones who
Though I
have
am
no
glad
memory
to
right
see you
now.
taking an interest in the business in your dad's absence.
Who are you?
Aw, Steve, I didn't want to believe that amnesia hokum. Now you're saying you don't remember your pal Pat O'Reilly?
I don't. I do not. You're meeting? Why are we killing cats?
Look, I'm not kidding about the amnesia. Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you always were such a kidder, Steve.
Hey, what's up,
Funny
monkey
how
man?
that's beginning
You're
to
walking
sound like
onto
a stock
harvest.
answer.
Sit back and enjoy the ride.
Like it was coached.
You sure are acting like a kidder, son. With your dad ill, you're gonna need to start behaving like an adult. Especially if you're gonna take over the family business. What exactly is wrong with your dad?
I don't know.
I wouldn't worry about it too much, Steve. You should be thinking about running the family business one day. That, getting into the lodge. You may come to realize that this business is not for everybody. Just ask your poor, ill dad. It takes dedication and a strong stomach.
Those cat chunks.
A lot of times, when I'm finished scrubbing up and digging the bits of intestine out from my fingernails, I must confess I don't have much appetite for red meat. But red meat is one of the principal food groups, and you've got to have it. So when you can do this all day and help yourself to a juicy red steak afterwards, then by golly, you can call yourself a butcher. Of course, amnesia would certainly help that, wouldn't it?
Definitely help. Meat.
Come to think of it, I don't see any cattle around here. Where do you keep the animals?
Does it matter? The end product is all the customer cares about, Steve. And we
Yeah,
only
this is
carry the
happening.
finest meat, only the juiciest cuts. Once you take over the business, you'll realize the importance of maintaining
The
quality
need
while
for these
cutting costs.
cutscenes!
We know what we're doing here, Steve. If we didn't, would the Lodge use us to cater their
We
affairs?
know what we're doing here, Steve. Just trust me.
Your father's very particular about the profits, Steve. No freebies for anyone. But seeing how you're his son, if you'll bring written permission from your father, I'll give you the meat.
Do you want the meat, Brawley? Brawley, do you want the meat?
I want that meat so bad.
Not us,
There are
the
certain
hazard.
tricks of
Not
the trade,
us.
Steve. Once your dad gets better and you start working in here cutting up the meat, you'll be privy to them. There's always cheaper, better ways to do things, if you're creative.
Remember, Brawley, you gotta be cheaper and creative.
What's with all the cats? This a slaughterhouse or a kennel?
Oh, them? They eat the scraps, that's all.
Yeah, but look at... Isn't there some kind of health department that keeps tabs on these things?
Are you going to work at the health department, Steve? Or here?
You seem defensive. I wonder why.
Maybe I get sick of do-gooder busybodies sucking around here all the time. A man's up to his elbows in guts all day.
God, this cutscene
What more do I
again!
want from him? Don't be such a stranger, Steve. Add my best to your dad.
What is in these barrels smells extremely bad. And that's when we leave the family business. Because apparently that's the family business. Apparently that's the family business. Morgman, I don't think it is, but they came out around the same time. Oh my god, I heard this conversation before.
Principal Harold!
Steve, good of you to drop by, big
I
guy.
heard this conversation
Haven't
before.
seen you since graduation. A lot of changes, I hear.
You could say that.
Good, good.
Good.
That's a nice part of my job. Turning fine young men and women out into the world, and then watching them prosper. Of course, I was able to reach more people at the old Sentinel, God bless her. But then again, I never got to see the results of my work up close before.
Exactly.
Who are you?
You know very well I'm Mr. Harold, the principal of Gain Memorial. Steve, I've heard about this amnesia nonsense.
It spread fast, the word.
I had hoped you'd be in the lodge by now.
I have played the
Fine
Seven
young
Guest
fellow
Monkey
like
Man.
yourself. But now, I think maybe you need a little more quality time.
What do you mean by...
Quality time.
What do we mean by quality time?
What do you mean, quality time?
Some, like Miss Whaley, favor stern discipline, corporal punishment, as a means of socialization. Myself, I temper discipline with love. Quality time can be such
Quality
a warm,
time.
sharing experience. After just a few sessions, you'd stop this amnesia nonsense and become a productive member of society and a fit candidate for the lodge.
Type in quality time. No, don't do it. You already did it.
Big guy, borrowing some quality time, the greatest gift I can bestow
Quality
upon you
time.
as your former principal is a word of advice. Join the Order of the Harvest Moon at any cost. Within the lodge lies your future, and without dust.
Red Bad Rooster, I don't think they're screaming. I think there's people just singing school songs in the background.
And SSJ, yesterday
Why do
we
you keep
played
calling me
a
big
bit
guy?
of
A sign of respect, lad. As
Battlefront 2.
principal, my station is higher than yours now, but you never know what the future holds, so you should always hedge your bets and pay tribute to your inferiors. You never know who will come to power, or who, even now, wields it behind the scenes. For all I know, you might already be a member of the Order, with access to the lodge. If that were the case, you'd be my superior, and I'd be all that much better off having shown you respect and spent some quality time with you.
So,
Quality time.
with you.
Perhaps later after the stream we can go to a private server on jasmine.com and have some
Quality time.
God, that voice every time.
Surely mine is the most important position in Harvest. The ability to mold young minds. That's power. You might think Sheriff Dwayne's the most important man here, big guy. But he only deals with my failures. When I do my job right, the sheriff never sees a thing.
Unless we accidentally punch someone who's not a wasp monster. Like all people in chat are spelling it. Quality time.